I do want to say that I'm super thankful for the time that I had with Trek. It's a bit nippy this morning. Okay, so as y'all might can tell, I'm back here at Glorieta. There was a slight change of plans in, just the traveling with Ben. So after we got to Ben's house, spent a few days there. You did almost a full flip. Was just really praying into it and felt like I needed to go home and visit family for a little while. Well, we'll be seeing you now. Slight change of plans. I'm gonna go home for a little bit. So I went back home to Corinth and was really just trying to figure out what my next steps were, what I was going to be doing next. I had finished up my time with Wilderness Trek over the summer. And yes, I know I said I was going to give some sort of update of what's been going on the past few months and how my summer with Wilderness Trek went. But first, I think I need to explain why I was MIA and why I wasn't really vlogging the past couple months. And the first reason for that is because it is really hard to be a backpacking guide while also trying to be a vlogger. I'm sure there's some way I could have figured it out, but yeah, as a backpacking guide, your first priority is the trip and the group. And so it's hard to step out of that and step into the realm of vlogger where my main priority is the camera and making content. That wasn't even the most challenging problem that I was facing this summer. So I guess I'm gonna get a little bit vulnerable and just say that the past few months have been extremely hard. Leading up to the summer, if you remember, I did the Grand Canyon trip this past spring, and it seemed like after that, everything in my life just started to fall apart. My Facebook and my Instagram both got hacked. The catalytic converter to my car got stolen, causing major financial problems. Then we had to deal with like the most major wildfire in New Mexico history that caused a lot of worry of whether or not we would even have a summer. We ended up making it work. God orchestrated all that and, was looking out for us even before the summer. So that was definitely a blessing, and I am thankful that we were able to have a summer. But going into the summer, I was carrying a lot of baggage, and a lot of trials that I was having to face were really piling up on my shoulders. I know I wasn't really meant to take it on my shoulders, and I needed to give it over to God. I think the fact that so many things were happening one after the other in such a short time span, it was causing a lot of frustration for me, and it was hard for me to give it to God. Going into the summer, we had to do a lot of makeshift of plans. A lot of our trips ended up canceling, and the ones that did decide to stick with us, a lot of them ended up having to just be here around base camp. We had to create makeshift campsites, haul tons and tons of water up to these campsites. And all that was very hard in the moment, but at the end of the day, it, provided some very great memories that I'll have with me. But throughout the summer, I was still just struggling with a lot of things, from mental health to physical health, and it was really weighing on me throughout the summer. By the end of the summer, I just was feeling really burnt out, really exhausted, and honestly ready for the summer to be over, which is crazy because by the end I realized I had only led like 4 trips the entire summer, as opposed to last summer where I had led 12 trips back to back. Yeah, I think a lot of it was just all this building pressure that I was putting on myself, and then just dealing with a lot of both internal and external challenges that I was having to face that just made it really hard this summer. And ultimately, it felt like Satan was really robbing me of a lot of joy. But even though that was the case, I don't want to paint this picture that it was all doom and gloom. There were still a lot of good moments, a lot of good memories that I had, and it was great to be able to be back with some other returning guides that I guided with from last year. So I don't want y'all to think that, man, this was just a horrible summer for Zach. I do want to show y'all some of the good moments from the summer, but felt like I needed to preface that before just jumping into it and painting a picture that wasn't necessarily accurate or truthful. I just felt like I should be honest and vulnerable about how my summer actually was and not depict it as it was just this great summer and there were no problems and that the Christian life is just without struggle. That's just not the case. And I never want my videos or this channel to just always be this feel-good thing. You just see me out having a blast and think that that's all there is to the Christian life, because, you know, the Bible tells us we will have trials, we will have struggles in this life, and I want to be very real and open about that. But in the midst of those trials, the Lord does tell us that we can find joy if we're seeking Him. And although I didn't do the best of that this summer, I want to encourage y'all with this story to not take all the weight and all the burdens on your shoulders, because it's not meant for you to carry. So now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's jump into the fun parts of this summer. So like I said, there were definitely some really good moments to this summer. It always feels good to just be out in God's creation. It was a blessing that we didn't have to spend our entire summer here on base camp. The Lord provided the rains and we were able to get back into Carson National Forest. But anyways, as you know, after the summer, I went on a road trip with Ben. I guess I'll just briefly explain that my time with Wilderness Trek has come to an end, and I think it came to an end a lot quicker than I was expecting. Just wasn't ready for a transition yet. I do want to say that I'm super thankful for the time that I had with Trek, all the things I've learned, all the people I met and friendships I made, all the ministry that happened, and I think it had just become such a part of my life and something that I was so comfortable in that once my time came to an end, I guess I just wasn't prepared or ready for it. Didn't really have direction on what I was supposed to do next, which means lots and lots of prayer. And that might also have you wondering why I'm actually back in Glorieta if I'm not with Wilderness Trek. So that brings me to my next point. So basically this ministry called Momentous, which you may have heard me talk about them in the past, we actually partnered with them with Wilderness Trek, taking them on that canyoneering trip back in the spring. Throughout that spring season, I got to just spend a lot of time with Momentous, getting to hang out with the participants and staff and just really build some solid friendships and connections. After my time with Wilderness Trek, Momentous started having conversations with me, and so God basically opened a new door for me to come be a part of Momentous and be on staff, basically being like a mentor and just helping out wherever you know, I can meet a need for this ministry. Just helping out with media in different areas. Whew, sun's getting bright. You might be curious as to what Momentous is. So Momentous is this really cool ministry that basically allows for college students to pick whatever college they want to go to and do their school online and then come live here on Glorieta campus. One of their big goals for this program is to see young people really come alive in their faith and really give them a solid foundation in Christ to take with them wherever life takes them. You've probably heard statistics about kids leaving the faith once they get to that college age, not going to church anymore, not believing in Christ anymore. I have a lot of thoughts about that, but to keep it concise, whether it's not having good discipleship or never really having owned their faith for their own and it being more of their parents' faith or the church's faith, and then getting out in a college experience where nothing is really expected of them and they are the masters of their own destiny, it's no wonder that so many are leaving the faith. Momentous wanted to provide this experience to where you can still do your college and parents can be at ease that their kids are going to college, but be here in Glorieta, be in community with this Christian fellowship and really learning how to make their faith their own and have that solid foundation in Christ. They go through discipleship classes. We also get out and do all sorts of outdoor adventures, from rock climbing to hiking to all the Glorieta activities that we have here. Living in dorm style, doing community together, eating meals, just doing life together. They're also offering opportunities to practice giftings and do things like evangelism in Santa Fe, providing mission trips for the students to go on. This year, we're supposed to be going to Patagonia. Patagonia has been on my list of places to go for an extremely long time. So definitely be in prayer about that and stay tuned, and hopefully we'll be going to Patagonia soon. So yeah, I think this program just offers a very unique and a very rich college experience that you might not get elsewhere, and that's not a bash on traditional college or if that's the route you've taken or the route that you intend to take. This is just another opportunity. I'm excited to see where this ministry goes. I'm glad I get to be a part of it and kind of pioneer some of these ideas and just see it grow. And I think that it's gonna be a great opportunity for a lot of people. I'm excited for the group that we've got this year and already just building solid relationships with them. Of course, what makes it even better is that some of the guides from the summer, including some of the ones from my first summer with Wilderness Trek, are also partnering here with Momentous. Yeah, it just feels like one big family. Kind of reminds me of the experience that I had with World Race. But anyways, today is our adventure day, so we're about to get ready, get packed up, and go on a hike today. I need to go get packed up, so I'm gonna do that. Who's excited to be hiking? Woo! Woo! Who's your little friend there?
It's Charles Xavier.
Charles Xavier?
Yeah. Oh, he's a movie. This is Mystique and...
No, this is Mort.
Wait, that one should be Mystique. That's a...
Wait, you have both of them?
Magneto. That's Magneto. I don't know where Xavier went.
You're saying I don't give special help?
Oh, he's like on your neck.
Can't give special help to two.
Oh my gosh, that was freaky.
Keep on pushing, guys. Yeah. Okay, don't kill yourself.
I just don't want to stop.
Come on. You're almost to summit.
Good job.
Woo.
And the air
Let it out, let it out.
I'm about to throw myself off this mountain.
That's probably their first ever summit.
First summit.
Woo! Yeah!
Woo!
Emily, Chloe, what were your thoughts on the hike?
It was great until we started going like this.
Yeah, right at the end when it just starts to feel endless and you're going straight uphill.
Yeah.
But that's the best part.
No, I'm glad I'm here. I didn't die. But
Glad it's over?
Downhill won't be bad.
Yeah, well, it's
Down
all
be better.
downhill from here.